If you are new to After Effects, you might be frustrated to find that you can't just click File and then Save As to save your new video clip as the format of your choice. I already have an After Effects project open from another tutorial showing how to stabilize motion or shaky video footage. I will place a link on screen to a video tutorial for those interested. Let's export this to a new video format now. If you aren't sure what video format to use, I would highly recommend using the H.264 codec to encode your video files into MP4 files. MP4 files are pretty much the de facto high-definition video standard of the web today. The H.264 codec and MP4 container files offer very high-quality audio and video while remaining relatively small in size. Blu-ray players use the H.264 codec because of these advantages. Now let's click on the Composition menu and then select Make Movie. At the bottom of the After Effects window, we will now see the render queue open on the top of the video settings. If we need to get back to the video settings, we can click on this tab here, and then get back to the render queue by clicking here. Back on the render queue, let's select our output settings. Next to Output Module, let's click on the name of our current output format shown in this orange-gold color. Mine currently shows lossless. Yours may be different. Click on the link for the output module. The output module settings window will open. Let's click the drop-down menu next to Format. This is the list of available formats you can export the video to. In looking through the list, you'll notice video formats like H.264, MPEG-2, and AVI. But you may also notice audio-only formats like MP3 and WAV. If you only want the audio from a video clip, you can simply select an audio-only format here and save it, and you'll be left with an audio-only file. Here we want to create H.264 format files, so we'll select it here. Now we need to set up the fine detail settings for our H.264 video container format. Click on the Format Options button. The H.264 options window will open. The part we're interested in here is the bitrate settings. We have two options for our bitrate settings, CBR and VBR one-pass. CBR stands for constant bitrate. Constant bitrate means that as the video is encoded, it uses the same amount of data to store every single frame of the video. VBR stands for variable bitrate. Variable bitrate means that as the video is encoded, it uses a variable amount of data to store each frame. The frames with more movement from the last frame will be stored using more data than frames with less movement. VBR allows for a higher quality final product by using more data for complex scenes in the video to allow those to be of higher quality. The option here is VBR one-pass. This means that it scans the video one time and configures the variability of the bitrate on the fly during that one pass. VBR will almost always give a better quality final product while keeping the size small. Let's select VBR one-pass now, if it's not already selected. Now that we have decided to use a variable bitrate for a file, we need to select the base bitrate to use for every scene of the file, and then a higher maximum bitrate that will be used for the complex scenes in our video. What you select here will depend on what you plan on doing with a final product. If you've ever downloaded a movie from the internet or watched a digital copy from a Blu-ray disc, the bitrate was probably around 0.7 megabits per second with a maximum rate of 1.2 megabits per second. This bitrate allows for a 2-hour movie to fit on a 700 megabyte CD. Let's enter 0.7 for the target bitrate and 1.2 for the maximum bitrate. For reference, 1 megabit per second is equal to 1,000 kilobits per second. So what we have set here as the target bit rate is 0.7 megabits per second, or 700 kilobits per second. Just as the maximum bit rate here is 1.2 megabits per second, or 1,200 kilobits per second. Let's click the OK button to accept the changes for the H.264 options window. Click the OK button to accept the changes to the output module settings window. Now that we've selected our output container format, let's select the name of our file and the output location. To the right of Output 2, lists the name the file will be saved as. Let's click on the name currently set, which in this case is nuthatch.mp4. The Output Movie 2 window will open. Browse to the location that you want to save the file. In this case, I'm going to save it in the same location, and I'll just rename it to Test. And then we'll click the Save button. Let's now just click the Render button to create the video. You should now have the necessary information to export a video clip from Adobe After Effects to an MP4 video file.